Hi, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about social media tips that help you to be social on social media. And that might seem like shouldn't be a problem, but there are people that don't really think about it. a- And that's just my speculation because when you're on social media, you want to be, communicating with people, you want to talk about content and just a lot of different things. And I've got notes down here, so just to keep me on track. But it's just one of those things that's, I've listened to some people and um, they just don't seem to be doing that. They don't seem to be um, talking to the person. They're talking maybe at the person or the group that they're talking to or whatever. They have a tendency to not answer people back, and I've seen this on some things, and then a lot of this I have gotten from listening to my mentors and what they tell us, so that we can make sure that we get it right. So that, when we're trying to help the people that it is that we want to help, we can do that and be sure of what we're saying is exactly what we need to do. So as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you think about this. Do you have a problem being social on social media? Do you make statements or, do a post and then never go back to it? Or do you, uh, you know, not so much ignore, but you don't really push yourself to make sure that you're answering the questions that are maybe coming up in your news feed. Um, it can be a lot. It can be daunting, especially if you have a lot of people that are, coming back and asking questions or, are putting questions in your feed or in your, like I'm on uh I forget. I did not. I'm on, it won't come up, but whatever. The venue that I'm using allows you to see the questions of the people as you are actively, doing doing the do. You're actually teaching something or trying to help someone with some things that you've seen that there are some issues with. And that's just kind of what I'm doing today. Because it's important to go back and I go back and I go back and I must have missed something. And one of my mentors said, make sure that you continue to go back and take a look see at what you posted maybe a week ago, maybe, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that, because some people will answer still. And it's always a good thing to be able to go back and say, hey, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Doesn't matter that it's, maybe days later or something like that, because the way, whatever platform you're on works, that's just how it is. Some things don't show up right away, they show up a few days later, um, so let me introduce myself before we get going, and I'll share my three tips with you that I use to help me and that I have learned over time from the mentors that I learn from, that I associate with. And so my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I use a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing. I use, I'm sorry, I use attraction marketing. I use lead generation as well as video marketing. And with those things, I try to make sure that I'm really giving value and information that can help, that can truly, be something that's, oh, I never thought about it like that. And, it's something that they've learned. And so that's what I like to try to do. And I like to make sure that the information that I'm giving is updated, modern, and trending. So when we're talking about the topic we're talking about today, um, sorry if you heard that. I know my speaker's up there under the bottom of my computer, and I just pushed my little notebook up so I can see. So anyway, tip number one, it's important if you're posting to be, on a schedule of posting by and I just call that posting consistently. Some people may post, in the morning, the afternoon, the evening. Some people may do it differently depending on, what it is that they do and how they do it. They may prefer to, like I'm one of those people that's not an early riser. So I like to do you know, my my videos, my posts and stuff within a certain time frame, and it's usually late morning into the evening, and then I'm done. But I want to make sure that I've gotten everything that I needed on my DMO, my schedule for the day, my plan for the day. I just call it my DMO, and that way I have done what I need to do and can do other stuff because I've gotten these things done that were on my schedule to do, and then I've got other things that, if I needed to, I could put them off to the next day or whatever. So when you are posting, you want to be consistent. When you are doing live video, you want to be consistent. You want to make it so that when people are watching you, you may not know that they're watching you, but you want to be able to show up at the same time, usually, every day for, what it is that you're doing. And like I do lives usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I had to think about that because I used to do it 5 days a week, and I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. But now I cut back, as I'm growing my following, my audience, those people out there like me. And, so I just wanna make sure that I'm giving good information and, and they always another thing that I'll just say real quick, and I guess it's been beating my head or whatever. But it's important to, bring some emotion into what it is that you're saying because it actually, we react on emotion. We see things more when it has an emotional attachment to us. And so for me, I'd like to, as I'm talking to the people that are watching me, the people that want what it is that I have, I want to be able to say, yeah, it's really important to be consistent. And by being consistent, then that person knows that they can count on me. That person knows that on these days I do such and such and such, or on these days I only do such and such, and so then they've gotten used to what it is that I do. Now, I didn't show up some last week and the end of the week before because I didn't feel well. I had a migraine. I'll just say it. I had a migraine and it was really bad, and I didn't have time to go back and try to tell everybody, well, I won't be going live for a while because it was just that bad. But and I'm not going to beat myself up about it, but it does still come to mind. The other tip I have is live video. Live video is so important because people get to see you, they get to hear your voice, they get to know that you're not a bot. They get to make a decision on if they want to follow you or not by, how you look, what you say, your tone. If you're, a person who's, showing emotion, or if you're a person that's just like, well, and reading and not really saying anything. Um, Nobody's fooling such and such and such and so on. So you want to be yourself. You want to go on and get out there, and when you're doing your live videos, you want to be yourself. When you're doing your posting, you want to be who you are. The things that you want to share, so that you're sharing your journey and you're sharing yourself, so that the people know whether or not they want to follow you. And that's really important. That's something that I really look at, and I love doing live video. And I'm working on myself to get to do more posting as well, because there are people that don't really like live video. There are people that would prefer to read a comment or a post, or or such. So, and then I have number three, and these are in no particular order. They're just things that I was thinking of, that you know I I like to share with people, and I like sharing value so that it can really truly help that person or people. And so providing value is something that I do provide value without a hidden agenda, but sometimes I end up going over and giving, maybe too much value, and then, or too much of something for someone, and then they may decide to turn off and go away, and look elsewhere. So I just want to share those three tips with you. And I gotta learn to either speak faster, or because I'm still working on my timing. And that's something that you can do when you may be a fast talker and be able to say the things that I said, and say it in a few minutes, as opposed to, more minutes. And so I just have to, it's, this is the way that I talk. This is my normal. So maybe I need to speed it up. That's what I'm thinking about. And that's what I've been trying to do, so that I'm not taking up too much of your time. So, and if you want the um, Clubhouse copy of what we did on Tuesday, I can send that to you. Just put down Clubhouse in the chat box, and I will, make sure that you get the copy of what we went over, because it was pretty good. We talked about, what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about, okay, my mind's not going there right now. So, but it was great. And it was just one of those things that, and we were all learning, and you know we were sharing, and people were learning. And that's what I really love about Clubhouse, and it being an audible thing. You hear, you can be in your 90s or whatever, but you are still getting that information. So, okay, I'm going to go on and get off here now. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, any opinions that you would like to drop in the chat, you can do that. I go back, like I said, even to the point of weeks, because I may run through something and all of a sudden I see that there is a new comment in something that I've already, done. So I make sure that I go back and still answer that person, even though it's a week later, maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, because when I was out sick, I missed some people, and I wanted to make sure that I, gave them a thank you for what it was that they had done, the comments that they had made. So that is it. Again, any questions, any problems, any whatever on what we talked about today, just DM me, and we can talk, and I can give you more information on what it is that we talked about today. And we're only doing three tips today. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday. That'll be my last day going live. for the week, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go on and get out of here. Take care. Have a good day, no matter what it is, where you are in this wonderful world. And just enjoy your day and be the best that you could be. Bye now.